The Afternoon with Becky Want. BBC Radio Manchester.
Hello, afternoon. Joe McElderry, yes, he is still singing. He's coming up. After the Isley Brothers, This Old Heart of Mine. Afternoon, I'm Becky Want. It's almost 12:10. I spoke to Joe McElderry a few days ago, actually, and he talked about his very, very strong and loyal fan base, and that's absolutely true. So if you're one of his big fans, then he's coming up just after 12:30 this afternoon. Obviously singer, obviously won X Factor back in 2009, but he seems to have won lots and lots of talent competitions / reality shows. And he is on tour, though. He is still making music, and he just won the jump on the television, and basically he wasn't even on the list to be one of the competitors, and then there were so many injuries that they went, oh, Joe, you're skiing, aren't you, at the moment? Yeah, okay, will you just come over and take part in this? And then he went along and won it. Hello, afternoon. And Jacqueline has tweeted, fans from all over the world are waiting for this. So here you go. He was crowned, of course, the winner of X Factor in 2009 and is now the champion of a new winter sports television contest, which has just finished, called The Jump. Joe McElderry, I'm talking about, one of 12 contestants who competed against each other in 6 winter sporting disciplines, including a live ski jump in Austria. And although he can ski, he told me that it was a big challenge. When I spoke to him, he explained that he wasn't even down to be part of the Jump television programme.
I was on holiday. Having a nice ski trip with family and friends, and I knew one of the girls off the production team. She knew I was in Austria on holiday and they needed somebody because everybody was getting injured, so she phoned us and she was like, can you be here within an hour?
So you weren't on the reserve list?
Not at all, but basically I think they just needed somebody that was kind of good enough at skiing to not need a month and a half's worth of training. And she's like, can you do this, can you do that, can you do this? And I was like, well, I think so. I don't really know. And I literally, within an hour, there was a call there. I got there, and 7 o'clock the next day, I was in the competition, racing on the giant slalom.
Weren't you concerned, though, that there were so many injuries?
Yeah, I mean, I was, because obviously the tour's upcoming, and I didn't want to have any broken bones or anything, or twisted knees or anything. But I think it was such a fun show to be a part of, and it's one of them things, if you think you're going to be injured, you probably are going to be, but I just kind of didn't think about that and was safe but gutsy with it, and went for all of the stuff. And I think if you have confidence in it and don't panic, I think a lot of injuries come from panicking about the sport and then the overthinking of it. So I just kind of went for it.
And nobody seemed to be more surprised than you when you won.
Yeah, I mean, I look back at the playback and I kind of didn't really look that bothered, but I was just so numb, nerves-wise, of doing that big jump. I didn't really know how to react. I was a bit like, wow, But
that wasn't the most terrifying part, you said.
Yeah, the skeleton. Doing the skeleton. My skeleton run wasn't actually shown on TV, but I recorded it and filmed it and everything and had to compete as if I was doing it.
Just remind us what that is.
Basically, what I can explain it as, it's like a dinner tray. It's like a dinner tray with rails on the bottom. You go down, you lie with your hands back and your head forward. Your chin's probably about 12 centimetres off the ground, and you're hurtling down this ice run at about 75 to 80 miles an hour with no brakes, and you're just hitting off the walls, your helmet hits off the walls. It's a nightmare, absolute nightmare.
You must be quite fearless, really, Joe.
Well, a lot of family and friends were quite surprised because I'm normally I'm fearless in my job, I'm fearless in my singing job, and I'll take on risks and I'll do things like that. But in terms of anything else, I'm quite safety conscious and I'm quite cautious. So I think a lot of people, fans as well, and people who know me up from TV and things, probably wouldn't expect me to be as gutsy and fearless as that, but I didn't have time to think about it. When there's a camera crew there, all waiting for you to do it, you don't have a choice.
So you seem to be cornering the market then in reality / talent shows. So you won X Factor, you won Pop Star to Opera Star, and now you've won The Jump. You must be fiercely competitive under all that, Joe.
I do love it. I am quite competitive, and I thrive under pressure. I don't mind pressure. I take it on the chin and I work with it. I feel like a lot of people work their best under pressure, so I don't mind it. But yeah, I mean, when I do something, I commit to it and I give 110%. And I did the same with the other 2 shows as I did with The Jump, and I think that was just, and as well, the other 2 are obviously public vote, and I have an incredibly supportive fan base, which definitely helps when it's the public vote shows. But something like this, I just tried my hardest, and I give it my absolute all when I did it.
There we go. Joe McElderry, and he talked about a very, very supportive fan base, and here you are listening out for him. Julia has just tweeted, I'm listening over in Spain. Well, you've got more to come, Joe McElderry, and if you're from our neck of the woods, he is coming to the Stockport Plaza, which is one of my favourite theatres, of course, in this neck of the woods, as you know, on May the 10th. More from him, though, coming up.
BBC Radio Manchester.
Actual total coincidence that Ollie Murs, there with Troublemaker, came second in X Factor 2009, which was won, of course, by my guest this afternoon, my first guest this afternoon, Joe McElderry, and we talked about that, actually. We talked about Ollie Murs and what he thinks about his career.
You can't compare yourself to other people.
Do you not feel envious from time to time?
Not really. Not really. I don't really have anything to be envious about. I have a record deal, he has a record deal. You know, we both had chart-topping albums, so there's nothing to be envious about.
Are you very happy when you look at what's happened, and X Factor certainly has provided you with
amazing platform, incredible platform, lots of opportunities, and a lot of people my age haven't experienced and done what I've been able to do because of that show, you know, so I'm forever, ever thankful for that. And I could never sit and complain about, like, what other people have done and all of things like that, because that would be really ungrateful, I think, you know, and quite a, you know, just not a nice, it would be a negative thing to do, and I'm not a negative person.
You talk about your fan base, very, very loyal, vocal following who, you know, are with you, really,
Yes.
via social media a lot of the time. Why do you think that is? Because some artists have that and some just don't really get it.
I think I'm a real person. I wear my heart on my sleeve, I lay the cards on the table. So maybe people relate in that way, and I'm very interactive, you know, I stop outside of the stage door and talk to people. I'm interested to get people's feedback, you know, I'm not one of these people that keeps away from fans and doesn't do signings or anything like that. I'm interested to know what they want to hear, what they want to see, and things like that, and I try and always do something different and give them something different as well, with each tour, with each album, with each TV show that I do, you know, because I feel it's important to show growth and development, and like, kind of not reinvent yourself, because I don't think you should have to reinvent yourself, but kind of show another side or another growth or another progression.
Do you take this business very seriously? Because you look to me as though you look after yourself.
Yes.
You think, okay, I can't go out and party tonight because tomorrow morning, first thing, I've got to be on my game.
Yeah, I mean, I take it seriously when it comes to the singing side of things and the professional side, but the press side and the kind of negativity side of it, I sometimes just have fun with it, because if you take it too seriously, that's when it gets a bit messy mentally. So when it comes to singing, I don't party, I don't go out, and I don't drink before any show, because I want to be on the A game, you know, and you have to be, you can't, you know, otherwise somebody else will come along.
Yes, absolutely. You are coming to Stockport with this tour.
Yes.
In May.
Yes.
So what can we expect from the gig?
The album comes out after the tour this year. So with this tour, I kind of don't have to stick to any kind of brief. I don't have anything to promote. So with this tour, I want it to just be good music, good songs. There's some new material in there which I've written, possibly for the new album, but I'm going to do it on the show, in the show. You're going to get some of the opera, because of the opera show. I've got 4 albums of very different material, so I try and include them all in and really give people a kind of diverse musical show, which is hard. It's hard to choose the set list, I will admit that, but it's also exciting as well. You know, not many artists can have so many genres of music covered in one show. I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying, you'll never reach it. It's the cloud.
Joe McElderry and The Climb. You're listening to BBC Radio Manchester and the